So 2018 is upon us, and therefore I have made my 2018 bullet journal. I thought that as the last video of this year, I would go through my setup for the new year. If you don't know what bullet journaling is, it's basically an organized way of making up your own calendar with a yearly overview, a monthly overview, weekly and daily, or sometimes you only do weekly and not daily, etc., etc., and then you put up a key with bullets and stuff like that. I'm really bad at explaining it, but I will leave the link to the original creator's video where he explains it more in depth. I do it a bit differently because there's a lot of things that I figured out that I didn't need while I was having my bullet journal last year. So, first we have my cover page for 2018. I have decided that this year I'm going to try to make it very simple and without many colors, because last year was just a mess. I wanted it to look very artsy, but it just ended up looking messy. So now I'm going to try and see if monochrome and minimalistic is more me. As my yearly overview, I've decided to put 2 months on each page. That way I have enough space if I end up having a month that's really busy. I don't really have that many things planned in the month, so then I have my goals for 2018. My main goals are to move out and start uni, and then I've put it up in different categories like health, mental health, knowledge, and other. For me, those were like the main things I needed. Then we're gonna start with my January page, which is just very simple. I've put up a calendar here for the month. Now, in my old bullet journal, I used to do the vertical layout, which actually worked very well for me, but this has a different amount of dots and a different spacing, so I couldn't really get it to fit in this bullet journal. But yeah, it's basically just what works for you in the specific bullet journal you use. I have just put up a brain dump page. It's just notes and different things I have to remember. Sometimes it'll just be like lists of things I have to do, or maybe it'll be like stuff I've collected during the month and I'll just put it in like memories. I don't know. It'll just be a bunch of different things. I've never done a gratitude log or whatever it's called before, but I thought, you know what, this year I want to try and be more positive instead of the big ball of negativity I am. So I want to try and see if I can do a gratitude journal or whatever it is called. And then I have my expense tracker right here, which I need because I need to start saving money. December has really ruined me completely with money. Also, this bullet journal actually didn't have these written page dividers. I put those in myself because I figured I needed them. Then we come into the weekly spreads. Now, I don't do dailies because I don't really need that much space. So I just have a week here and then I have notes. Then I've also, instead of doing a full monthly habit tracker, I just do weekly habit trackers down here. And that's basically how my weekly spreads are all put up. It's very simple and I don't really need anything else. But I'll see how this layout works for me and then if I gotta do it for February. But let's go to the back of my bullet journal. I've also made my own pocket here, and then I also have all of my collections here in the back because that for me is an easy way to find them all. Firstly, I put up a wish list here, and then I have my social media tracker. I just wanted to track how many subscribers, followers, etc. I have on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Blogspot, and Pinterest. Then I have my YouTube ideas. I'm gonna blur these out because I don't want you guys to know what I got in store, but I've put them up in some separate categories, and then I've done the same with my blog, which I've only written like 3 posts on, but I really want this year to be where I actually get it going. There's so many good movies coming out this year, so I've just put up all the different ones that I really, really want to see. And then I've done the same with books that comes out this year. So this one is one of my favorite pages. It's not because it's pretty, but it is one of the pages I use the most. It's just all of the TV shows I'm either in the middle of watching or that I want to start watching. That way I won't begin new series before I finish all of the other series I'm in the middle of. This one looks very empty now, but hopefully at the end of next year it will be filled. It is my reading log, because one of my goals is to try and see if I can read 50 books. It's gonna be difficult, but I really, really want to try, because I used to be so good at reading and now I don't do it anymore. Here I have my savings tracker and my fitness tracker, or whatever. It's not really a fitness tracker. I want to try and see if I can run 5 kilometers. I've also I put it there, so my goal is 5 kilometers, but if I'm really good, I can try and see if I can do 10, but my goal is 5, because that's the reasonable goal. And then I have my savings tracker, which is just I want to save up 30k of Danish kroner, so that's not as much before anyone starts freaking out. This is whenever I loan some money from people, I write it here, and then if people loan some money from me, I'll write it here, and that way I have it under control. And then I have the Disney watch list, which is all over Pinterest, and there's so many Disney movies that I haven't seen in years, and there are so many that I actually haven't seen at all. And I want to see if I can get through as many as possible this year. Then I also have this one, which is just called Movie Night, and it's just a bunch of random movies that I want to see, like classics, animated, Marvel. Don't judge me, there are a lot of Marvel movies that I haven't seen, even though I claim to be a Marvel fanatic. Some DC ones. I have one that's just called Gay. So whenever I see a gay movie that I want to watch, I'll write it here, and then I just have random if they don't fit into any of the categories. We have 2 pages here that are gift ideas, because every Christmas I never know what to get people, so I'll try to put in as much as I can this year, so I don't have to freak out every single time I have to get someone a gift. Then we have my period tracker. This one is very, very useful. I have one in my old one as well, and technically I also, I have my Clue app, and this is not sponsored, it's just a really, really good app if you are a person with a uterus who wants to track your period. But it's nice to have them on page, so I'll just fill in with red whenever I'm on my period. This one is more like an event thing, because I'm going to see Interactive Introverts with Dan and Phil this year, and so I wanted to have all the practical information right here, and then I'll stick in the tickets and maybe pictures or something like that here. Then I have my birthday tracker, which, is very simple. I don't have anything more than just, it's just so I know when people's birthdays are, because it's a thing I actually forget a lot, and if they're not on Facebook, then I definitely forget it. These are really, really messy, but that's a good metaphor for my head. And these are my mental health pages. It's what I'm gonna do when I'm anxious and what I'm gonna do if I'm depressed. I have a lot of tips for when I have a panic attack. I don't really have that many things to do that I know helps. The only thing I know helps when I'm feeling depressed is just to sleep or hug my dog. So if you guys have any tips on how to get out of a depression slump, then please write them down below, because I have no idea. Then I have my pen pal letters tracker, or whatever it's called. Now I have a pen pal, so every time I send a letter, I will write it here, and then if there's any special thing I put in, I'll write it here, and then at the same time, if I receive one, I'll also write it here. And then I have some ideas, and of course I haven't written her address yet, because you guys shouldn't have her address, but once I'm done filming this, I will write in her address. And then the last page is just called date ideas. I made this one when I was about to go on a date that I thought would lead somewhere. It didn't, but now I have this page. It's just a bunch of ideas to cute dates, going to the library, building a pillow fort, baking, stargazing, painting, a lot of things. And then in this little pocket I have here, I just have a bajillion monochrome pictures, and then a few colored ones. but it's just a bunch of cutouts of things I found on Pinterest or Tumblr. So that was all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you guys want to see more bullet journal videos this year, like maybe some plan with me setups or something like that, then please write it down below, because I actually really enjoy doing them and I enjoy doing bullet journal stuff. I really hope you guys have had a good year, better than the world in general, because like there's been so much shit going on, cough cough Trump, but let's hope that the next one will be better. Happy New Year. Bye!